nails. Didn't have a chance. My nails are a mess. Good morning. Good morning, Kimmy D. How are you? I'm also Kim D. So there you go. But not 86. Much, much older than that. Good morning. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you. um, yesterday's yesterday's 3+ hour a morning bargain, Big Daddy's bargain bin. Good morning, the reptile guy. What's up? There's reptiles in the house. Yesterday's 3 hour marathon whatnot show, informational whatnot show. I then had to like try and record, screen record, because I couldn't figure out how to do it any other way. Good morning, Lemaire. How was your show this morning? Ash C. Mills, welcome in. So I'm hoping that I can figure out how to put it up on YouTube. I kept getting phone calls in the middle of me trying to screen record, so it's going to be a bit choppy and special, but you're multitasking. That's great. Good morning, Megahertz. How are you? Um, oh, this coffee is getting cold. Oh well, I'll survive. Um, I really shouldn't be drinking coffee. Almost 400 items listed. You go, girl. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I need to get my butt moving and start listing books, more books. I was going to do that today, but I'm going to do it on my own because I'll just get distracted. Nice crisp morning here, and you love it. I don't, it was cold, but not frozen this morning here. I really need some more frozen mornings or frozen nights, really, because the tick population is not going down, and Loki cannot help himself but stick his head wherever ticks may be. So everyone sing the Frozen song. So I really need it to get super cold for a few nights to kick just at night. Kill off these dang ticks, because I am so tired of picking, like, the dogs come in, I pick ticks off them. The dogs go back out again, they come back in. I pick ticks off them. But Loki is like, he's a tick magnet. He's not a chick magnet. He's a tick magnet. I don't know what it is, but they really love him. It's bad. Like this morning, he went out. He was out for 10 minutes. He came back in, and there were like 3 just hanging on his head. And I started there, and I started working around, and I had 9 off of him in like less than 5 minutes. Which means I missed like probably nine more. Good morning, Linda, the crazy bead lady. I had one on me the other day, and I had to take that. I had to go the pharmacist and get the medicine just in case. I'd rather knock myself out with some antibiotics to be on the safe side. So I did do that. And I actually felt better afterwards. So clearly I did have something, because I definitely felt better afterwards. Good morning, Donna. Speaking of which, Donna's the one who said she would have come and beat me up if I didn't get the medicine, and I did feel better afterwards. There's a lot of everything in my area. East Ender resales. There's like, not like a mile away from me, are bears, black bear family, and we've got everything. You're on 20-day antibiotic treatment. Ooh. No, you have to send them to the Burlington hub. Yep, send them to the Burlington hub. Good morning, Liz. What's the plan for me today, Meghertz? Today we're just going to have a quick chat, and then we'll rate into somebody, and then I am going to catalog a whole bunch of yes, wasp free so far. I shut the door so they couldn't come in, but I'm not tick free because the dogs keep, every time the dogs go out, the dogs come back come back with ticks. But yeah, the poor wasps. So we were just talking about how many ticks I pulled off Loki this morning. He's a tick magnet, not a chick magnet. He's a tick magnet. I even have a little song that I sing while I check for ticks. It's to the tune of an inappropriate song, but it's no ticky wickies. We don't want no ticky wickies. We want no ticky wickies. No ticky wickies. No ticky wickies. No ticky wickies. If you know the tune, you know what the other song is, but which my daughter taught me because I'm, so I sing that. You're a tick magnet too? Oh my goodness. Did you miss a great show yesterday? I don't know if it was a great show. It was a long show. It was over 3 hours. Over 3 hours. Yeah, the address on your tickets, the proper address for the Chit Chat Hub. Yes, if it's the Burlington address, that's the Chit Chat address. Yes. That's yes. So Megahertz says, I heard maybe by Friday, whatnot, we'll have Canada Post back on. Is that correct? It is TikTok puppeteer. Yeah. Lime was kicking my butt the last few days. Oh, see, Don Donna didn't realize she'd been bit by a tick. So Lyme disease sucks and can kill your animals and can really harm you. So everyone be very careful about ticks. I'm like super hyper vigilant about it. Oh, La Mer. So that's why like anytime they come in and I'm looking at them now just in case. I don't know why they come to this like they come to the surface. I don't know if they don't like the taste of him or they've already bit him and then they realize, oh no, but like I can't look at my dogs now without wanting to pick at them because I'm just like freaking out because I do like to cuddle. Anyways, where was I saying? Oh right, Canada Post strike. Let's talk about that. So let's go to that part of the agenda. Here we go. Boop. All right. So I don't want to play with the ball right now, Loki. Thank you for the gift, but mommy busy. Mommy busy. Later. You go. You go settle. Go settle. Settle. Okay. I know. He's so drooly. So my lap is now wet. Not oh god, that didn't sound right. Anyways, you know what I mean. It's those mornings already. Holy cow. Okay, so Canada Post update. So today's if I had just had it up and I took it down. So today's rotating strike locations are today. Today it is Dauphin, Swan River, Manitoba, which is it's a decent sized community. Fort St. John, British Columbia remains under strike, as well as Pictou County, the beautiful Pictou County of Nova Scotia, are the three locations in Canada that are currently on rotating strike, which means that those locations will not have any of the 50 their portion of these two unions that are on strike. They will be on strike. um, Big Daddy's Bargain Bin. If you look down below, that's from that notification of where the rotating strikes are, because I change it every morning if it's different. That is on the Cup W website. You can also go to canadapost.ca, look up negotiations update, and then they have a PDF file that you can open up, and it will tell you the current locations as well as the archived locations. So it'll tell you the history, which is also very interesting to look at, but really and truly all we all care about is where the current spots are. So Dauphin, Swan River, Manitoba, Fort St. John, British Columbia, and Pictou County, Nova Scotia. And I will say again, dear Union, you are really hitting Canada Post hard with like the busiest centers in all of maildom. And I know that Canada Post is crying in their beer because it's so hard when you pick places like this to do your rotating strikes. You are just, you're being so mean. Just stop it. Stop it now. Stop being so mean. I just sorry if you live there. They are all beautiful places. I've been to Dauphin. I haven't been to Fort St. John, to be honest, but I also have been to Pictou County. Beautiful places, but they are not bustling metropolises. Yeah, I don't megahertz. I'm probably not going to stream, but thank you. But I'm probably not going to, because I sort of made a vow that I wasn't gonna. Yeah, ignore megahertz. Sorry. No, thank you, megahertz. I'm not going to be doing my book show today. I still do feel a little bit like crud, and I'm just going to concentrate on cataloging books and not selling until Plus, I want to be able to use Canada Post labels, to be honest. Much love to Chitchats, but I do prefer Canada Post labels. So let me give you that update. So, um, the uh, my contact, bless her, at whatnot, has said that the engineers are currently working. It's in my show notes too, but the engineers are currently working on turning back on labels, um, Canada Post labels for us. Um, it is not a simple process. Everyone thinks it's like flipping a switch. It's not, because it like affects so many other things. So it's, I wish it was like flipping a switch, but it's not like flipping a switch. I'm sure they wish it was like flipping a switch, considering how many times in the last year they've had to turn things off and on. So they are working on it, and they are hoping that by the end of this week, um, they will have it all set up. Now, you remember last time when they turned off, there were all kinds of glitches that started happen. Glitches be glitching, and they're hoping to avoid that. They've learned lessons from last time, so the engineers are hoping that there will be less glitches. So they're taking they're but they are working on it. They're actively, whatnot engineers are currently working on it. So everyone, please give some hearts in the chat for the whatnot engineers. Show them some love, or tap the screen to show our whatnot engineers some love, and our customer service people. So if we don't see it though, if they don't turn it on by Saturday morning, I will be telling you all to message whatnot yourself to nag them. But let's give them until Saturday morning. Okay. I know it sucks. But let's give them until Saturday morning. Let's give them, I know, I wish it was a switch. I wish it was a simple switch. It's not a simple switch. So let's give them a little bit of grace, considering this crap isn't their fault. Yeah, I know it does suck, because people want to stream. Yeah. People want to stream, people want to sell, and they want to use Canada Post. They don't want to have to go through bring your own label, which costs extra money, and they don't want to have to do chit chats, because there's all the extra steps if they want to batch send, blah 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 blah. So I get it. Everybody's waiting. So please hold. However, if you wanted to, you could sell and then just have your shipping times affected. Just let your customers know that you are going to be waiting until labels get turned back on. It wouldn't be like my number one recommendation of what to do, but you can all, if as long as you're like honest with your customers and say, like, look, I'm going to be doing this show and selling, but I'm probably not going to be shipping out until the weekend, because labels aren't turned back on yet, and I want to use Canada Post. So just be honest with people. And then yeah, it's going to affect your ship times, but those is after this is all over and your ship times go back to what is your normal, it should be fine. So yeah, I mean, it's totally up to you. You can wait, or which I'm gonna wait, just because also I don't feel great. So I shouldn't do next time, dear Kim. Next time you're gonna do a topic show, don't do 7 pages. 7 pages is a bit much. Good morning, Roxanne. Good morning, Flirting with ADHD. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. There's a lot of chats. All the chats in the house. All the highs. Hello, everybody. So again, also international buying isn't turned back on yet, so give them some time for that too. So right now we still can't buy, as far as I know, we still can't buy in non-Canadian shows. Let me just check and see. Let's go look. Let me go into what. Oh, storage share is on today at 6:07. They're in Romania, so they're going to be doing a chat from Romania. That's so fun. Okay, where am I? Oh, community. No, we want to go to For You page. I was wondering why I wasn't seeing any US shows all of a sudden. All right, we're going to go into this one. Hopefully I've got the sound turned off. Double check where my address is. Yep. Okay, waiting. I'm just going to go into their store. Buy it now. Shipping between US and Canada is temporarily suspended. Okay, so it's still suspended right now. Good morning, Great White Bricks. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. Good morning, baseballcardstore.ca. Can I buy my own? No, you cannot buy your own Canada Post label. No, no, I wish, but no. The answer is no. You can buy your own UPS or FedEx label if you want to, but no, you cannot buy your own Canada Post label. Plus, you'd be paying like way more than what Whatnot pays for a Canada Post label, so you'd have to suck up those costs anyways. So you might as well get a even at the post office. Yeah, you cannot. Really? Your buddy just did that and sent it to Whatnot, and they accepted. I wouldn't recommend that. I mean, support does some really weird things that they shouldn't do, just because they want to make like they kind of like they're kind of their instruction is sort of like make people happy, but I think it is just better not to. Don't take that risk because they said they could say no. They could turn around and tell you no, we're not going to let you do that, and then you've bought all these labels, and it's not like you can turn her like I don't know if there's a refund policy. um yeah, I would my recommendation is that you message Whatnot support and ask permission beforehand rather than ask for forgiveness. um Dave from Alberta says, anyone else finding it embarrassing explaining to Americans that Canada Post isn't working again? I mean, they hate their USPS and are still in disbelief. I mean, yeah, well, we don't. I I wish there was a magic switch that Whatnot could turn off and on whenever they want to, but it's not so simple. The code is not as simple as we would like it to be. Um, is what I'm finding. It is a complicated code that runs this amazing software. Um, and they love me for extra discount. Woo! um, yeah, I mean you can get some decent discounts for Canada Post labels. I would just say, just wait. It's Wednesday, okay? So if they turn it on Friday, I mean it depends on your definition of end of the week, but if they turn it on Friday, then if you did a show today, you'd be able to do labels on in 2 days. So I think that's worth it. I know megahertz. Okay. So again, the locations where the rotating strikes are currently happening, everywhere else is open, is Dauphin, Swan River. I think I said that right. Swan River, Manitoba, Fort St. John, British Columbia is still on strike, on a rotating strike, and Pictou County, Nova Scotia. Beautiful Pictou County, Nova Scotia. So, if you're in the area, go say hi to your local union members who are on the picket line. Um, okay, so what else do I have to tell you? That's about it. That's about it. And I'm hoping that maybe I'll manage to do it today. Put up a video of yesterday's 3 hour long, but I might actually when you rewatch yourself afterwards, I guess when you're watching live, it's a different thing. But afterwards, when you know it's not live, I think I need some like, I think I need I need to have a PowerPoint beside me or something to make it more interesting. So I think that's what I might actually do is add a PowerPoint to it, because it's also I had to capture it off the screen, so I might do that today. Your girl might have some fun. Is there a vintage show at Kawartha Downs? There's a Christmas vintage show coming up in November at Kawartha Downs. I don't know though. Vintage Kawartha Downs. I do know there's the same one that we the same company that runs the Northumberland Vintage Show is doing one at Kawartha Downs with another. I didn't sign up for it. Your girl does not have time. Vintage Kawartha Downs. Yeah, it's the Vintage Modern Christmas Market at Kawartha Downs Casino, and it is on November 30th. But was there something on the weekend of my auction? Probably. Not that I know. I mean, I don't pay attention. I clearly don't pay enough attention. I clearly am not paying enough attention. Sorry, baseball court. Would you know if it's possible to ship to France through Chitchats? Yes, yes, it is. Yeah, in fact, Crazy Bee Lady just did a label through Chitchats that's going to the UK. So yes. Um, ooh, Roxanne says thrift by the pound pop up November 2nd in IKEA at Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. Ooh, there's an excuse to go to Dartmouth. I love that. Thrift by the pound. I miss that. There used to be ooh, that is a great deal. That is really exciting. I remember there used to be I think it's still around. They had a fire, so I don't know how they've rebranded themselves, but Beyond the Blue Box in Coburg, when I was a kid, or a Ute, when it opened, we used to go there all the time because it was by the pound, and I miss that. Bring your own label. Baseball card store BYOL is bring your own label, where you buy a label from UPS or FedEx, and then you can enter that number in. It costs some money. Canadian Chief Cockadoodle Doo, what's up with you? How are things? Okay, so feel free to ask your questions and share your shows. This is going to be a short one, short and sweet, because it's pretty simple. We don't have Canadian labels yet. They are a coming, but they're not here yet. So hopefully by the end of the week. Mom Rotzi Fine says, I'm going to visit the new Talese that is thrift by the pound October 25th weekend. Ooh. Yeah, where is that? Is that in your area? That's probably in your area, I'm guessing. Crazy Beat Lady says, my show is this Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern, liquidating new vintage sterling silver, copper, and amber jewelry. Please see her show notes, some flash sales. Please bookmark her shows in Toronto. Ooh, by the pound in Toronto. That sounds like a lot of fun. Ladies Wear show today at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. Lots of newness with East Ender resales. Shop with Tasha is doing a jewelry show at 7 p.m. Eastern time today. I love that. I love it. I love it. What else do we have going on? Sassy Toronto. I know Toronto. Toronto has all the fun stuff. Oh, sorry. Yes, too sassy. Toronto. So yeah, Sassy Mandu. It's a Toronto location. Um, there's also another by the pound in Toronto, isn't there? There used to be. My favorite one was the Goodwill one. It was the Goodwill bins in downtown Toronto, and it was like dirt. It was dirty. They didn't clean up or anything. They're like Toronto has Legoland. The only reason I want to go. There also the Toronto Card Show is on. The Toronto Sports Card Expo is back, I think, on the weekend of the 5th or whatever's close to the 5th. Um, Thrifting with ADHD says, I have 4 shows coming up according to Vintiquity. And Lemaire says, in Montreal, we have the Renaissance bins. Ooh. Yeah, there is a market of by the pound which is a for profit, it looks like, which is on Orpheus Road. It's called the Market, Orpheus Market, clothing by the pound. Daily rate is $4.99 a pound. It does look like for profit though. Yeah, Market by the pound. That's the only one that I can see. But that's great that there's going to be a new one. At Renaissance, it's $1.39 a pound. That's a great deal. That's a really great deal. Sassy Mandu says, I'm doing yet another silent show today at 11 a.m. Eastern. Awesome. It was fun because at some point, Sassy, you gave up on the silent part, which is my favorite part. Because it was like, this is easier just to talk. So we just need to figure out how to yeah, you couldn't not talk. Yeah, I think if there was a way for you to show the clothes up on the screen, that would be awesome, so that like the clothes are there and then you can type in the information about the clothes. Yeah, but the key thing is for everyone to know, if you're going to do a silent show, you still need to still needs to be obvious to your audience that you are actually there. even if you're not showing you, oh, Magnus by Marika, you don't have to do that. Thank you, though. You're so sweet. Um, you're very sweet. I don't need any prezzies. I appreciate it, though. So just make sure if you're going to do a silent show, make sure that you are clearly present, even if it's you're typing in the channel. Living the Dream says, is there a way to change labels to Chit Chat from Canada Post after the show has run? Yes, you would have to message Whatnot support for. Okay, first try, go into your profile, to your selling profile on your phone. Go to your seller hub, go to shipping, go to the menu, and then go to shipping, and then change your shipping provider from Canada Post to Chitchats. Hit save or apply, whatever it is, and then go back to seller.whatnot.com on your laptop or whatever. Go on a browser to seller.whatnot.com, and then hit edit and save, and then regenerate the label, and see if it comes out as a Chit Chat label. Try one. Don't try to do all of them. Just try one. And if it comes out as a Chit Chats label, then you're golden. You'll know if it's a Chit Chats label or not, because on the bar of that particular shipment, where it has the tracking information, it will either have a little Chit Chats logo, or it'll have a Canada Post logo. So if it shows the Chit Chats logo, then you know it's a Chit Chats label. Even if it's a Chit Chats Canada Post label. So if that doesn't work, you could always message support. Make sure you give them your username, the order numbers or the shipment numbers, and the usernames of each of your buyers and their relative shipment numbers, and the date, and the title of your show that this is related to. Send that to them, and then they can create a Chit Chats label for you. That is the best way to do it. But they are hoping that by the end of this week, they will have Canada Post labels back up and running. Oh, it's your second day of a sinus cold. Oh, I hope you feel better, Sassy. It is one of those, it's that time of year. It's just kind of, it's dreary and then sunny and then dreary again. It's just my husband says he got a cold from me, but I'm sure I got a cold from him and returned it back to him. So yes, you need some soup. Have some soup, Sassy. Hope you feel better. I need to stop drinking this cold coffee. It is not tasty. You got a cold from your boyfriend. Yeah, I think we should just, yeah. I was a lot healthier when I was single. I had a complete body shutdown right after I got married the second time, like within a month. I had a complete body shutdown, so I might be allergic to my husband. Yes. Okay, so anybody have any questions that they need answered? And do you have any shows you want to share? This is going to be a short and sweet show, because yesterday was 3 hours, so kids carry germs too. I know. Be careful of the kids. Kids bring them from school. Why am I so? I'm not so great. I am not so great. I'm not the best seller. I am not the best teacher. I'm not the best at anything, and I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with being just me. Your boyfriend is a high school teacher. That's there's no such thing as fake news here. That's the only thing. I updated my Instagram profile because I realized that 99.9% of the stuff that I do on Instagram is reposting things about what's happening in the world. So I decided that I needed to add that to my Instagram. Oh, thank you. When is yesterday's going to be show? Absolute Bean Deals. It'll be on the show as soon as I can. I'm going to try and sit down and do that today. Is edit it today. I got to pull up the software and edit it. What is the meaning of life? The meaning of life, I can't remember. There was a dolphin that told us. Let's just double check. I will ask Lord Google, because Google knows everything. What is the meaning of life? It's a complex philosophical question with diverse answers that vary based across individuals, cultures, and beliefs. Um, or according to meaning of life, universe, and everything is number 42. I forgot the number. It's number 42. And then the other question was, what should undo with my life? What should you do with your life? Continue to do whatever makes you happy. And I'm sensing that perhaps being unemployed is not what's making you happy, but I'm not sure. Refining gold and silver seems to make you happy, so do those things. And I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. I wanted to be a teacher at first, and then I was a teacher for the um in university. I was teaching as a teacher according to my paycheck. My paycheck was the same as a teacher's. And so I don't know if I'd be a fabulous teacher because I'd probably say the wrong thing frequently and just end up in the principal's office almost as much as I did when I was in high school. I lost respect for teachers while I was a teacher. I lost respect for teachers just because a lot of the teachers in my high school were like just there for the perks. So I just decided that was probably not for me. And then I got into the idea of doing journalism. And so then that's what I did for a bit. And then I worked for my university newspaper and realized that the editors just want you to write what they want, your like their skew, and that's not, I didn't want to do that kind of journalism. So then I realized that I wasn't going to be able to get a job anywhere to actually be a proper journalist. So the way I thought journalism was supposed to be, like just finding out the truth and just putting the truth out there, um, without filters or bias, but that's not the case. Let's face it. I know it's never like that, but I was like, okay, I was 16. All right, I really thought that I really believed what they said about journalism. So then I got into politics. So then I kind of stuck with that for a bit, and then I realized that the party that I was spending all my days helping, um, had a lot of people in it who didn't give a damn about people. And then when I started volunteering for an organization that was saving youth lives, um, by telling them that they were valuable, instead of telling them that they were an abomination, uh, and I got told by people in my own party that I should stop that or people were going to stop supporting me. I was like, they can go and stop supporting me. Yeah. If you think that LGBTQ kids are abominations, then I don't want you to support me. I don't want you knocking on doors with me. I don't want you helping me. I don't want you endorsing me. I don't want your help. So yeah. So and then I was like, ooh, I'm gonna become an auctioneer. So I don't know. I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. On a beach, maybe. So yeah. Every time I think this is what I want to do. And it probably doesn't also help that I'm sure I have undiagnosed ADHD. Like, so that doesn't help either. Because I have all the classic signs. Like I get really hyper fixated on things, and I find out everything I possibly can, or like I get really excited about like I will learn everything I can, and then as soon as I've learned everything that I can, I'm bored stiff. Or I see a cool craft and I think I want to do that. And so I buy all this stuff for it. And then I get distracted by something else and I never do it. Your boyfriend is already counting down to retirement, I'm sure. Um, Peacock, don't worry. You can always wait it's a couple more days, and they should have it going. They should have it going. So I finally got an answer. So the answer is a couple more days. So I love getting to know everything. Yeah. So I nagged. I think I was pretty good. I waited 4 days for an answer before I messaged again. So I think that's pretty good for me. Um, I do give whatnot staff time, but if you don't answer me after 4 days, I am going to message you again. Because yeah, I mean, if it's one thing, if just tell me, just give me bad news. Here's I mean, if you're messaging whatnot support, they're pretty fast, but I'm not messaging whatnot support to ask the question. I'm messaging the team. Um, so I leave them be, and I only message them when absolutely necessary. And if I don't hear a response within a few days, then I message again. And I needed to know the answer because I had expected to have some sort of communication from them yesterday. Anyways, so what the answer is that it's going to be by the end of the week. They're hoping to have information for us about restarting Canada Post labels. But remember that the whatnot's coding, the code that operates whatnot, you're gonna be okay, Peacock. Don't worry. You are not gonna get, you will, if you wait, you are not, you your account health will not be that affected. You can message trust and safety at whatnot.com and let them know that you have the packages are all ready to go. You're just waiting for the ability to create Canada Post labels, because Canada Post is back to work and the engineers are working on fixing, turning it back on, but it's not just a simple switch. Yes, Peacock Jewelry made it to 1K, and or you can stick with Chitchats and send it to Richmond, or see if there's anybody in the area who's going to be going into Richmond who could drop it off for you, or wherever the closest is. Yeah, Peacock Jewelry made it to 1,000. Okay, so last call for questions and to share your show. Share your shows, and then I'm going to look and see who there is to ring. Sorry, this is a very short show because yesterday was a very long show, and I'm going to try and spend today editing my screenshots from editing yesterday and trying to get it up onto YouTube. Too late for chit chats. I'm Canada Post. I have to figure out UPS, FedEx. Give it a couple more days. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Just message trust and safety at whatnot.com to let them know what's going on. All right, let's see who's on that we haven't rated into in a bit. I'm just going to make sure I'm muted here before I go into someone's show. Just to double check. I'm going to just double check. Okay, that person is absent from their show. So, not going there. Do not do a show where you are absent from your show. Hey, swimmers to the side, where I'm in Canada. So I'm nowhere in the US. I'm in Canada in Hastings, near Hastings, Ontario. Let's see who else we have. Okay. Oh gosh, this guy's selling from the back seat of his car. How cool is that? All right, I think we're gonna go into let's just make sure. That guy seems to be there. Nope, not. Okay, so just a reminder again that it is against terms of service to have a show where you're not actually in the room, clearly in the room. If you're not saying hi to people when they come into the show, if you're just if you have yours, like if you just have your phone on like static or moving around, like your camera moving around, and it's clear that you're not operating the camera, it's just automatic if you're not interacting. So I think it snows everywhere in Canada, just depends on how much. I missed something. You're from Australia. Hello. Hello. That is awesome. Everybody follow our Australian friends, Swimmers to the Side. Where are you in Australia? My husband's nephew is in Australia. Lives near Bondi Beach. He's in mining. He's from England. Any shows going on? Nope, that show's ended. So what happened with Danny? What happened, Danny? I missed it. Go backwards. Danny. I missed it. Shoot. Danny, what happened? Hello, Aunt Bananas, Bunches of Bargains. Loki, can you stop barking at people? Thank you. All right. I'm trying to find a show that's active that we haven't gone into. This is not as easy as I thought. And it doesn't have a lot of people in it, too. Okay, so then we're going to go into Adorned by Zartash, I think. Danny had a great show. Congratulations, Danny. That's awesome. We're going to go into Adorned by Zartash. She's doing a live demo, which I love. RAID at Adorn by Zartash. She's doing a live demo. She's a Canadian seller, and she doesn't have a lot of people in her room. So let's show her a lot of love. I'll be back on tomorrow morning. Hopefully we'll have better news. But be patient. Labels are coming back soon. Buying internationally is coming back soon. In the meantime, go buy in a Canadian show. Canadians, eh? And I love you all. Have a great day. Bye for now. Here we go.